My name is Lacy Barnes. I work at Reedley College. I teach psychology. I started out actually as a track and field uh, athlete at Fresno State. Athletic scholarship, my classroom expertise was not so much that expertise, but fortunately the same motivation I had on the athletic field, it served me well in the classroom, and I managed to get an athletic scholarship that got me through my bachelor's and my master's degree. And I decided after 10 years of teaching to go back and get my PhD. Perhaps the biggest challenges for the students may even be the biggest challenges for the instructors as well. Skill base. I have seen less students coming to 13th grade prepared. Now it's easy to say that it is the fault of K through 12 instructors. I don't think it's as easy as that. I think that teachers in the K through 12 system has significant challenges with legislating their curriculum. So they're having to teach to tests perhaps and outcomes more than actually teaching subject matter. And as a result of that, I think students have learned how to get through the hoops quickest way possible, even if that means not necessarily learning much. So by the time they get to community college, their skill base, I have students who are barely reading at 8th grade level. And a minimal expectation in my curriculum, of course, teaching an introductory survey psychology course, is that it's a transferable course. So you need to have certain minimal skills. And I found that my challenge is actually bringing students up in skill base, basic skills, to be able to then even think beyond what is in front of them. Concrete operational stuff, and that's very, very difficult. I think as a student challenge, it's frustrating. You're supposed to be able to do X, Y, and Z, and if you're unable to do X, Y, and Z, a lot of times I think they'll just either fake it or run away from it. So they never actually face the reality that they may not be able to do this, and to actually ask for help or know how to ask for help. What I've seen perhaps more than anything is the paradigm of what education meant a long time ago has shifted, and you do see more of a bottom line business mentality, not just at, at administrative level. It is about economics, and we do need to serve our students at the community college. It seems like we need to serve them with less. So that, I think, shift in mentality and more to a business paradigm has shifted away from what tenure and academic freedom and actually knowledge, going into higher education just to become a better citizen. That has shifted, and I think the cause is to try and either recapture that or capture the essence of it and take it in a 21st century direction. I think that we need to continue to do what we do best, which is try and teach our students to think. If our students can use the higher cognitive processes and recognize the connections between what it is that they are there for, what it is that staff are there for, what administrators are there for, we might be able to, foster a better understanding of the whole institution and what we're there for, and bring it back to society and our interdependency on each other to make a better world. What got me into teaching, I guess, is because I wasn't the brightest bulb in the pack. I thought if I could actually teach people and get people to understand, it had to be in the simplest form possible, because it needed to be in the simplest form possible for me to get it. And not only that, I guess it's quite rewarding when you see the light bulbs start to flicker on in students who hadn't really anticipated anything beyond perhaps their existence. Because I actually came from very little, I too serve, as I have come to find, as a pretty positive role model for many of my students. I've always, I guess, had a high standard for myself. And again, that probably started with my athletics, and I can remember a time when my life was about I considered my life a three-legged stool. I had family, work, and athletics. And after the trials in 2000 and I didn't make another Olympic team, I thought, that leg was weakening a bit. Funny enough, the home life and the marriage, it was interesting and it was taking its toll, so that leg was weakening. And then all I had, I think, like a lot of people, they throw themselves into their work. That also was something that was coming to a head as well. And I think in 2000, so a couple of years ago, I kind of kicked that leg out, started afresh, and have in the last 2 to 3 years reassessed to see, what is important. And the organizations that I have chosen after that reassessment of life have been the AAUP and our local union. And for me, I don't know, I guess I've always been an advocate of justice for perhaps those people who may not have a voice. Again, I think that's probably why I choose to be at the community college level. I've been told that and have been asked to, think about applying for Fresno State anyway, which is our local CSU. But for me, those students are going to be okay. The students that might not be okay and might need a little more help are the ones that I'd like to help. And I guess again, I see AAUP in that vein of perhaps being the voice of, justice.